So how do you model for a photograph or pose for a photograph? My advice is don't pose. That's right. I'm Idalis from Idalis Media, and I teach on-camera performance. Whether it's for video or for still cameras, there are essential elements you need to remember when you're in front of a camera. We're at Natasha Marin's house. She is a classical pianist, and she has a clothing line, and we're shooting it today. She's got it now. She's really feeling her element. She's in her element. She's just being instead of posing and feeling stiff. She's really just experiencing being who she is and feeling joyful.
There you go. Put that hand on your
calm,
there you go.
Relaxing, beautiful. So, one of the most important things, there are 4. Number 1, the photographer. Number 2, hair and makeup. Number 3, clothing. And then, last but not least, you, the model. Those 4 things have to go right. And the first step is to pick a great photographer, which we've done today. Looking at, put your hand open, like, you know, looking out like you're shading the sun. Okay, we're good with that hand now. Yeah, just do some. So I'm here with the photographer, James Loy, and I know earlier you did this really cool thing as we sat with Natasha on set. You talked about you can start from a basic pose and then work a couple of variations of that pose from one pose. And I say pose lightly because I don't like that word very much.
I usually get the model in a standing or sitting or whatever they're doing, get them to where they're posing.
Right.
I'll use that word lightly.
Right.
And then I tell them, just look at camera and then maybe look a quarter off camera, look a quarter the other direction of camera.
Right, because so if you start with a basic pose and then you can look over here, that's something that you can do. You can look this way, that's something you can do. So I almost sometimes try to do a triangle. What has been your experience with professional models and non-professional models? Has it been different? Do you prefer one over the other?
There is a big difference because a professional model will know exactly what to do, and they're very aware of their body from head to toe, how their hands are, every part of their body.
Yeah, they're really good, huh? They get
somebody that's newer in front of the camera, you might have to give them a little more guidance on where to look and where not to look and how to put their hands, or
Does that bother you to have to talk somebody into it, or no? It's what
whether somebody's been doing this for years or brand new, I'm always talking to the model while I'm shooting, reinforcing that they're doing a good job. They're giving me what I want, what I'm looking for, and everything looks great. So whether they're new or they've been in the business for a long time, you're constantly talking to the model.
Now, is there any advice you can give besides all the things that you just said? Is there anything else that you can think of when you're in front of the camera and you have all that pressure on you to perform? What can you say to someone?
Have fun.
That's so good, James.
Leave all your inhibitions at the door, have fun, perform for the camera, let your personality shine through to the camera, and just let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. Well, we're going to talk to some other people. Stay right there. We'll be right back. So another important element is makeup and hair. The makeup and hair team is going to make your photograph look beautiful and polished. But it's important that you hire a professional because you don't want to rely on yourself on doing all that stuff. Jose CANTU is doing a pretty good job. Let's take a look. So I'm here on one of the sets that we have today with hair and makeup team, Jose CANTU. And Jose, we were talking about how important it is to have professional hair and makeup. Now, do you agree with that? I know you're a makeup artist, but don't you think it helps? Like, and why does it help to have?
Well, I think it helps because us professionals, we work on different projects. We work in commercials, we work on music videos, I've worked on so many headshot shoots where, you work on actors, you give them several looks because you're trying to create as many options for success for these people. So
right. And I mean, how much makeup do you bring? You bring a whole bag, and then like all your hair tools.
You want to be prepared for anything, pretty much, especially when it's just you.
And especially if there's more than one outfit, there's quick changes that you have to do.
So you definitely got to be completely prepared. That's why it's more important to be a professional, because we know exactly what we need on every different kind of job. Where other people that do it, you know, over the counter, or some people that do it, you know, as a side gig, they don't really understand like how important these projects can be for somebody. So, so I take it very seriously, and I just want to make sure that my client gets what they need out of me, so that this way I can continue to work with that client and get rebooked.
It's much better if you let go of the control freak and allow yourself to be talent that day. And she's really been doing that today. I'm really proud of her. If each department does their job, you should get great pictures. So we're going to move on to the next set. Come on. Thanks, Jose.
Right. Thank you.
I'm with Roberto Diaz. He is the stylist for today's shoot. Roberto Diaz?
Roberto Diaz.
De Guadalajara.
Yes, from Mexico.
And you've been styling for a long time, huh?
For a long time. I was started to styling when I was young.
And I know a stylist is something that people really don't think about when they're shooting. But when you're shooting more than one outfit, for example, we're shooting 8 outfits today. It is so important to have a stylist, and if you don't, you're going to be in the weeds and swamped and exhausted, because there's jewelry, there's scarves, hats, purses that really make the shot look great.
And could help you to feel comfortable and show how you are.
So is there any other advice you can give to like a newbie model or somebody who's never been in front of the camera? Like, would you say they should practice in front of the camera, or like just when they get in on set, and they should probably wear something that they like, right? Or, but not everything looks good on camera.
No.
What looks good? What looks good?
Look good again.
Okay.
Plain.
Clean colors.
Go with your mood, with your flow, and let it go again. Don't force yourself to be nobody.
And Roberto also insisted that we keep changing the shoes. It really gives us a lot of options for different shots. He also was very mindful of the bracelets, the jewelry. He was just adding scarves when a scarf became a belt for the jeans. I mean, someone who's that creative, you certainly won't be able to be that creative if you can hire someone, a stylist, to do that for you. It's just such a relief, and the quality of your pictures will come out so much better. So it's good to also start from a basic pose, but what I do is I really just am beaming on camera. I am living on camera. And what I do is kind of focus almost like a triangle kind of thing with my head, is go to the left, go up a little bit more, go to the right, and then bring it back down. And that gives you, and you can look to the right, you can also look back to camera. So that gives you a couple of shots that you can work with. Watch your eyes. You want to keep them calm, not a deer in headlights. There are a lot of uncomfortable positions, like keeping your arch back and you kind of go like this. Even though it's really uncomfortable, it looks great on camera. The photographer may ask you to stay in an uncomfortable position for a little bit because he wants to get that shot. So let's take a look at Natasha and see how she's doing. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Idalis from idalismedia.com. Check it out and look me up. And I think I'll see you next time. Bye.